And for those who are just tuning in, my name is Russell Brunson, and the question for today is, how do you get free traffic to the website? Because I don't have money to spend on ads, which I totally understand. Now, this is kind of the caveat for all you guys. There's two ways to get traffic, right? There's paid ads, and then there's free ads. And typically, most of us in business, we have either more time or more money, right? So if you have more time than money, you should do free ads. Time. If you have more money than time, you should do paid ads. Okay? And so if you're getting started, I recommend starting with the time, but always try to move it to money because the money gives you more leverage. Eventually you run out of hours of the day. And if you're like me, you've got 5 amazing kids at home that you don't want to miss them growing up. So that's number one. So how do you get the free ads to come? So really the way you get free ads, a couple things you have to understand about how the internet works and how life in general works, right? So if you look at pre-internet, it used to be really, really hard for people like us who had an idea who wanted to sell something, right? Like let's say I wrote my book, Expert Secrets. I'm like, this book's amazing. I'm gonna go sell it. I would go knock on door after door after door. And my guess is 1 out of 500 doors would be like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't want to be an expert. It makes no logical sense, right? So I'll go to the next door, and it's just like really, really hard. But what's interesting, I remember this in high school. So when I grew up in high school, I went to Hillcrest High School, and I was a wrestler, right? And so what was interesting is like, that was the clique I was in, right? So here's all of the wrestlers, and like we'd hang out at lunch together, we'd talk together, we hang out in the hallway, hang out in classes, like we were like our own little circle, right? And then there was like the gymnasts, and then there's the volleyball players, and there's like people who played Magic the Gathering, and there's all these different like groups that group together based on similar beliefs and values and likes and interests, right? Okay? And so back then though, that's how it works. So if I wanted to sell something to wrestlers back in the day, I had to go to every single high school and be like, where are the wrestlers at? And I could go find that group and be like, hey, you guys want to buy it? Okay, and then go to the next school and hey, you guys want to buy it? And keep going school to school to school, right? But what's cool about the internet changed everything for entrepreneurs like us who want to sell stuff online. So what happened is that it connected all of these. I'm talking about high schools right now, but this is true everywhere. So there's Hillcrest High School, there's Brighton High School, there's Jordan High School, whatever, right? But the group of wrestlers in every single high school was now able to congregate together. And it's not just every wrestler like in Boise or in Utah or wherever you live, but it's every single wrestler from all around the world can all congregate together based on similar beliefs and values. Okay, so think about this. If you go to Facebook and you go to the big fan pages, for me, if it's wrestling, right? Or it says business or cooking or whatever it is you're interested in, there's already all the people from around the world who are interested in entrepreneurship or in selling or in cooking or in Jane Austen, for crying out loud. Whatever your thing is, they've already self-congregated together online and they're hanging out in Facebook groups, they're hanging out in YouTube channels, they're on different people's email lists and things like that, okay? And so it's the power of congregations. Now, that's when you hear the word congregation, I'm curious, like what's the word most of you guys think of when you hear the word congregation? Okay, so for me, like the word I always hear, when I hear congregation, I think of church, right? And so this is the wrestling congregation, this is the gymnast congregation, like there's all these different congregations, right? And think about what congregations you're in, like which groups you're already part of. Because I guarantee in your life, you're already in these groups of things that you're passionate about, right? And so you start thinking about that. And I think about churches, like let's just say, there's like the Mormon congregation, right? So all the Mormons are here, and then there's the Seventh-day Adventists, and they're all here, and then there's the Catholics, and there's the Buddhists, and the Muslims, and like everyone's congregated together based on similar beliefs and values, right? So let's just say I found out that like every Wednesday or every Sunday at 2, all the Mormons are congregating together, and I'm selling a product to Mormons. Like I would come right here, I would find out exactly when the congregation's happening. I would go and I would fish in there. I'd set my hooks trying to grab people from that congregation, right? Same thing true with wrestling. If I was selling a wrestling product, I find like where are all the places that all the wrestlers are congregating today, and I'm gonna go and try to figure out how do I set up my business where I can go set a hook, try to grab people from that congregation, right? From those groups. And so for you, it's the same thing. Say, okay, what is it I'm selling? That's step number one. What am I selling? And then where's the group of all the people who are going to buy this? They've already self-congregated together. They're somewhere. They're either on Facebook, YouTube, they're reading different blog posts, podcasts, all those kind of things. And then you got to figure out how do I get in front of those people? Okay? Now, there's like an ethical, awesome way, and then there's like an unethical, scammy way, okay? So here's the scammy way. I'll do a little frowny face. Scammy way means you come here and you start spamming these things, right? How many of you guys know about the spammers? They're the worst. We all hate them. And guess what we don't do? We don't give them money. Okay? So don't do that. Okay? And then there's like the happy way. The happy way is come into these groups and guess what? Be a servant. Figure out how you can help people, okay? If you're in the wrestling market and all these people are talking about asking wrestling questions, go and answer their questions, become helpful, be in the community, talk about stuff, try to help as much as you can to become an actual expert in that community. And then guess what's gonna happen? The more they keep seeing you in there, the more they're gonna be like, who is that person? And then come back to your profile, then come back to your pages, they're gonna see your products, your services, and you'll start mining people out of these communities and they'll start coming after you, but only if you treat them amazing. Okay, so I'm going into a new market. I'm figuring out where's the congregation, how do I serve these people at the highest level and give as much value as I can. And when I do that, these people start getting to know my name, they start coming, they start following me. Okay, if you come in there and spam, you're in there for 5 minutes, nobody sees your link, they delete you, they ban your account, and if anyone does actually click on your link, like that person's a spammer and they're never going to be with you long term. If you want to grow a company and build relationships with people, it's about finding your communities, going and serving, answering questions. That's how you get free traffic out. Okay, if I was going to go and launch my Expert Secrets book today, I would go and find out where all of the groups of experts, of entrepreneurs, of salespeople, of like whoever like I think this message might happen. I would go in those groups. I would never talk about this book. But on my Facebook profile, I'd probably have a picture of me holding the book. I might have like a link to Russell's business. Click here to get a free book. I'd have like things around there. If I was on Instagram, I'd have my link in my bio. But I'd go and I would just serve. I'd find all the questions people are asking that I'm an expert in. I'd respond to those questions. I would answer them. I would be helpful without trying to get something in return. I would just go and help and serve. And by doing that, people will come to you. It's just how the world works. And that's how I start getting free traffic. There's the long-winded version of that answer. Thank you so much for watching. Every single week we publish new secrets just like this, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them, and I will see you on the next video.